Investments into clean tech is growing with a nearly 90% increase over the past year. It's the term used for new technologies that significantly reduce negative environmental impacts like pollutants and waste. Thailand-based Equator Pure Nature is fighting the use of petrochemical-derived cleaning products by replacing them with natural ingredients. Peter Wainman, Chairman and CEO, joins us now. Peter, welcome. Tell us why you started Equator Pure Nature.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me on, and it's wonderful to be here. Here's what happened. I've been doing business in Asia since 1995. I've been living here full-time since 2005. And in 2010, I had this horrible allergic reaction to chemicals. And I didn't know what it was at first, and I'm trying to figure it out, and it took us months to figure it out. But it turns out it was from chemicals that are commonly used in cleaning products. And after that reaction, my partner and I talked, and we said, hey, let's change the products in our home from chemical to natural. But when we looked around, we couldn't see anything that met the right kind of quality. And I had many years ago, an R&D background from MIT, and I thought we could invent these ourselves. And there's been a concept maybe for thousands of years. If you take a plant and you put the plant in a jar, and you seal the jar, something like this, and you put that in the sun, over time it transforms into a liquid, and you can use that liquid to clean. But no one really figured out what kind of plant, what kind of properties. So we started R&D in 2011, just 4 years of research and development, trying to ferment different types of plants. So we were doing tamarind, roselle, lime, banana, pineapple, and it turned out we got pineapple to work. And we started filing global patents, and today we're globally patented throughout the world. But it all came from a personal allergy experience. You know, allergy and asthma rates are skyrocketing in the world. I have terrible allergies. I would prefer other people don't have the kind of problem that I have.
So as you mentioned, your ingredients are made from a pineapple fermentation process. How does it work and what does it result in?
Yeah, so we use the same bacteria that you use to create yogurt, or for example, in Korea, that they create kimchi. We use lactobacillus. So we use lactobacillus to ferment the pineapple. And the end result is a range of natural acids, natural biosurfactants that act synergistically to clean. You know, in our view, what's happening in the world is we're all interested in moving towards making the earth a better place, a more sustainable place. And in our view, eventually, petrochemical-based products, which today are the majority of household and personal care, that's all going to zero. Eventually, that's going to be replaced by natural plant-based products. The reason that hasn't happened yet is that historically, natural plant products just don't clean that well, and also they're quite costly. But after tens of thousands of experiments from us, we have developed something that cleans as good as or better than chemicals. So we fixed the not cleaning well. We're still a bit more, our price is a bit higher than petrochemicals, but as soon as we go to scale and as soon as we're building large-term volume, that will also be the same. So there's no reason in the future that consumers need to use petrochemical-based products. You know, whether it's Pipper Standard versus our brand or some other brand that's doing something well. Eventually, this whole segment will be plant-based.
What sort of growth do you see globally, and what parts of the world are most interested in what you're doing?
Yes, so I think Europe and in the United States are ahead of Asia in this area. We were early when we started, but the growth is fairly fantastic for us. And as we go into new markets, it's sort of step functions of growth. So today we're the market leader in Thailand. We're becoming the market leader in a number of markets throughout Asia. But we endeavor to become the number one leader in Asia for natural products for household and personal care use in our segment.
You see a role for the company when it comes to social responsibility. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, I think this is our DNA. It's not a buzzword for us. You know, when I was a child, I used to go with my parents. We would walk down the street every weekend and pick up the garbage. And fortunately, society has changed. I mean, today, hopefully, most of us don't throw garbage in the street anymore. But everything about us is about sustainability. Our process is what we consider a full environment loop. And what do I mean by that? So we take pineapple, we use the whole pineapple, not just the fruit you would choose to eat, but we use the crust also. We chop it up, we then ferment it. And all fermentation is just water, sugar, pineapple, and we add lactobacillus starter. It's very simple. It took us 4 years to figure out how to do it right and optimize it, but it's actually very simple. And then later on, we filter out those crusts, we feed that to animals on the farm. The manure is then given to farmers, and farmers then use it to grow crops. So it's actually a full environment loop. And our company gets lots of awards like this, but all those awards they're focused on innovation, sustainability. For example, 2021, we got the Social Products Award in Japan, which is their leading award for sustainability. My Thai co-founder won the top female leader for sustainability in Asia. So everything about us is about sustainability. It's not a buzzword. We care. I care.
Well, how do you see the clean tech market evolving, and what sort of innovation are you seeing right now?
Yeah, so I think in general, people are, of course, I'm focused only on cleaning and personal care, but in general, I think society in businesses are generally moving this way. I talked about how Europe and the US are a bit ahead of this area, and I think that's true. But Asia increasingly is moving to this area. And for us, when we go out and talk about our product, yes, we're great for the environment, but a lot of the points we hit are more about the health aspects. I have allergies, as I mentioned, but there's a serious allergy asthma issue going throughout Asia. It's like 30 to 40% of Asians today. Okay. And people are interested in moving out of the chemical products, not just for the environment, but a lot about their health, about what's better for their asthma, what's better for allergies, more serious stuff like cancer. A number of our employees have joined us because of those types of issues. For example, our head of international joined us because his father had cancer. Our head of R&D joined us because he had been hurt by harsh chemicals and had lost his kidneys, so he joined us. So a lot of our employees are very focused on this from a personal aspect. They have a personal resolve in this type of issue.
Okay, Peter, congratulations on the work that you're doing, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
That's Peter Wainman with us here on the APAC Network.